Hello, and welcome to the Ethanol Producer Magazine podcast. I am your host, Anna Simet. We are here live at the International Fuel Ethanol Workshop and Expo in Omaha. I am here with Jim Saccone of Skyven. Jim, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you back after last year. But for those who may not have seen our podcast last year, why don't we start by having you tell us a little bit about Skyven?
All right, will do. Thank you for the opportunity to speak a little bit about Skyven. Skyven Technologies is OEM of a steam generating heat pump system. We use mechanical vapor recompression to create steam. It's emissions-free steam. We do this at the lowest cost possible. Actually, our goal is to produce savings for our customers, and they do not require any CapEx in order for our solution to be implemented via our energy as a service model.
Okay. So for the ethanol industry, how does a steam generating heat pump work and what makes it different from traditional steam systems?
All right, good question. Maybe I'll start with the latter part of your question. So, traditional steam systems. Uh, the most popular are boilers. Also, there's some cogeneration units, which are turbines that also create steam along with power or heat along with power. And both of those means use natural gas as their energy, as their fuel. There's some other technologies that are coming about. There's e-boilers. There's also biomass boilers. Now, the difference there is those technologies use a little bit of cleaner energy than natural gas. However, they still have a pretty low efficiency, which is a really important figure in order to figure out if you can save money when you deploy one of these technologies. So that's the biggest difference really between us and these boilers. Our efficiencies are tremendous. We can be 3, 4, 5, 6 times more efficient than a natural gas boiler, which means we can save our customer a lot of money in energy costs while we're producing steam. And that steam is clean, it's emissions free because we use electricity.
Okay, well, everyone loves to save money. Um, Jim, does your industrial heat pump require major plant retrofits? How's it installed?
Real good question as well. Obviously, operations impacts must be addressed, and we've designed a system such that we do not have any operational impacts on the facility, on our customer. Let me tell you how we go about that. So, our steam generated heat pump system, what it does is it extracts heat from a wasted heat source within the plant. We transfer that heat to water, which is abundant within the facilities. That hot water then is moved to our system. We actually pull a vacuum in a vessel using turbofans. By pulling a vacuum, it creates basically boils. It flashes, it boils the hot water, which produces very low pressure steam. That steam then we take and we elevate it in temperatures and pressures all the way up through compression to get to whatever that facility needs in terms of its steam. So we can lift steam all the way up to 420 Fahrenheit or 300 PSIG. Pretty high pressures, certainly pressures and temperatures that work quite well in this industry. So in terms of going back to your question regarding retrofits, really all we have to do is tap in some waste heat. We need to have a water pipe, and then we need to be able to inject steam into the facility. So we've designed our system to be operated in parallel to our customers' existing steam production system. So we don't ask them to remove their boilers, to shut down their boilers. They're still in place. We can go up to 2,000 feet away from the facility and construct our unit. So while they're making product, we're kind of out of sight, out of mind, right? Building our product, building Skyven Arcturus. And then in order for us to tap into the waste heat and to inject into the steam header, we schedule it during a regular turnaround time. So when they have 3 to 5 days of downtime, we'll do the work then, and we have absolutely no impact whatsoever to the facility.
Very well explained. So, a big pain point in ethanol production is energy costs. How does electrifying steam generation with your technology make economic sense? And then, what type of energy savings can an ethanol producer see after deploying your heat pump?
Okay, so the first question that you asked me, I told you how our system is different than regular normal steam production because of the efficiency. So in heat pump technology, that the technical term is called coefficient of performance, COP. So that is the main reason why we're able to electrify, heat and produce steam at a lower cost than a natural gas boiler because of that COP. So let's take an example of a project that we're doing where we have a COP of a little bit above 6 right now. What that means is that company that's producing steam with natural gas, the efficiency of that natural gas is 0.83, less than 1. Okay, so they're bringing in a unit of energy and they're getting 0.83 units of thermal energy on the output side. With our 6.0 COP, we're taking 1 unit of energy in, electricity, and we're producing 6 units of thermal energy out. So you can see in that case, it's 7 times more efficient than a natural gas boiler. So literally that difference between gas and electricity price is completely overcome when you can get a very good COP for the system. Secondly, the other thing that we do is, I mentioned, we're installed in parallel. Okay, what that does is it does, reduce operational impact, but what it also does is it allows us to fuel switch. Okay, so we buy electricity for our customer and we buy variable spot pricing for electricity. So electricity is very inexpensive during large portions of the day. And at that point in time, we use it and we'll produce steam. At times of the day when electricity is expensive, we'll slow our system down, not produce steam, and let the customer's existing steam production systems take over, because natural gas produced steam would be less expensive at that point in time. So we enable a customer to always produce steam at the lowest cost, which is why we can do it with electricity.
Super interesting. So there's a lot of talk around 45Z and the tax credits in the ethanol industry was the topic at the general session today. How does your technology support a facility's CI score?
Yeah, it is a pretty good hot topic. Do you know an answer? Do you know what's going to happen? Not yet? Okay. So we're all looking for the answer. All right. Well, when you find out, please let me know.
I will.
So 45Z is really important because it's a tax credit that allows a company to take advantage of that credit whenever they can get their carbon intensity score at a certain point or lower, which is around 50 on the GREET model that's used. Because we're offsetting natural gas, we can offset a lot of natural gas. So a typical system, for instance, we can offset maybe 400,000 MMBtu of gas, quite a bit of gas on an annual basis. So by offsetting that gas, a general rule of thumb is every 10% reduction in a facility's natural gas usage equates to about a 2.0 CI point score reduction. Okay, so easy math, right? Easy math, if we're reducing 40% of the natural gas, we're looking at a CI score of 8 points or lower, right? So anytime we can either help them get below the 50 mark, the magical mark, so they can start getting the credits, or if they're already there, they can get more credits. When you look at real dollars for the facilities that we've analyzed, we're talking ranges of 4 minimum to 8 or 10 million per year just in tax credits due to the CI score production because of the deployment of our system.
Wow. So deployment of innovative technology typically comes with risk. What are the risks, if any, associated with installing a Skyven Arcturus steam generating heat pump? It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, but you said it well. So let's talk 2 main risks, right? There's operational risks for facilities and there's financial risks. So we feel that we've designed our technology as well as our business model, our energy as a service business model with no CapEx to address and mitigate these risks. First, on the operational side, we are installed in parallel, we're redundant, we're extra steam, we basically enhance or improve a company's steam reliability figures. So we're actually improving their operational capability rather than detracting from it. Our system is can be totally isolated from the facility. So the waste heat, we can damper off the waste heat. The water, we can shut a valve. Same with the steam piping, just close some valves. So if our system's not operating, we can just isolate it and then they continue to run their facility as if we were never there. So there's absolutely no operational impact with the way we go about our deployment model. And we've done that on purpose. There's other MVR systems that have been installed, not many, but they've been integrated into processes inside facilities. And so if something goes wrong, then production stops. And we did not want that for our customers. We didn't want to take part in any of that, which is why we're doing the water as a refrigerant installed in parallel approach. So that's the operational side. On the financial side, we have a few things. Number one, there's no CapEx. Okay, so companies like to measure their, internal rate of return, their IRR, their payback on, capital expenses. In our case, you can't really do that because they don't have to spend any money on CapEx. So we meet all the thresholds regarding payback and IRR. Secondly, our model is an energy as a service shared savings model. So once we start producing steam, we start getting paid for producing steam. We look for models where the operational cost of our steam is less than the cost of them using natural gas or whatever they're using to produce steam today. So that difference results in a savings. Okay. That savings then we split, we share with the customer. We take some of it to pay back our initial capital, and then they get the others just as operational savings. So our business model is aligned with financial risk, because we can't produce, if we're not producing steam and we're not producing it as savings to our customer, we're not getting our capital paid back, right? So we completely kind of mitigate the financial risk there. We have other levers as well to improve financials beyond just the operational side. Because we sign up as a flexible load to the utility, we can take in demand response revenue, which basically means the utility can tell us, hey, listen, Skyven, we'd like you to shut your system down because we have demand and capacity issues on the grid. And when we do that, the utility will pay us money. That's part of the benefits of the deployment of the system that we share with our customer, right? And then, of course, we have the fuel switching option, which also ensures that we'll never produce steam at a cost more than what they're doing today. So several different ways for us to mitigate these risks.
Right. Your customer's success is critical to your success.
We do a partnership model for that exact approach. We try to align our objectives with our customers' objectives.
Love it. Well, Jim, I'm at the end of my questions. Is there anything else that you want to add that we haven't talked about?
Well, I just think that in today's environment, you need innovative technology. And we've put forth a great technology that's proven, it works. We have customers today. We have models where we're saving them money, where there's no risk whatsoever to the customer. And it's been widely, accepted so far. And I'm looking forward to working with many more customers and helping the industry out.
Well, we're so glad that you're here at the show talking to ethanol producers and me. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thanks again for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.